All right, class, here I am going to go and explain to you or re-explain problem example 2 on page 16 of your textbook. I had scanned or taken pictures of the book, and it is posted on Schoology. The book does a pretty good job at explaining the steps that it takes to solve these problems, but remember that this is a college course, and so some of the explanations are done at a college level. That means there's a lot of mental math involved, and there's a lot of little things that they don't explain. So the goal is for me to go over this and explain it in a way that hopefully all of you can understand the problem better, so you can apply the same skills to a more difficult problem, a problem where the denominator is not a number but an algebraic expression, like x minus 2, for example. Okay, so that's the goal of this one. I'm going to go ahead and just do something to this problem. So right now you see that you have x over 3 plus 3x over 4 equal to 2. I am going to put a denominator of 1 under the 2. So because you are working with fractions, every single term, whether it is on the left side or on the right side, make sure you put a denominator down. If it doesn't have 1, just put a 1 underneath. Okay, so the goal of this problem is to make sure that all the denominators are the same. Okay, so right now I have a 3. 3 is a prime number. I cannot break down the 3. Okay, so its factor is just 3 times 1, but we don't have to write it. The 4, the factor of 4 is actually 2 times 2. Okay, and of course 1 is just 1. Now the reason why I break it down is because when you have an algebraic expression, you will have to factor it, and so the factor of 4 is actually 2 times 2, or I should say the factorization of 4 is 2 times 2. I mean, we all know it's 4, but in case they give you x squared, you know that you need x times x, okay? So now, what we need to do is we need to make all the denominators the same. So right now, for the first fraction, you have a 3. So we need a 3 for every single fraction in the problem, okay? So now I need a 3 here. I need a 3 there too, and remember we always do the same thing to the top and the same thing to the bottom, okay? Now if I look at the second fraction, I have a 2 times a 2, which is a 4, so I need a 4 in the first fraction, and I also need a 4 in the second fraction. So I need a 4 here, and I need a 4 there, and I also need a 4 here, and I need a 4 there, okay? So now notice that all the denominators are the same, okay? You have 12. You have 12 and you have 12. You can cancel them out because when they're all the same, you know, you will cancel out in the end when you do the problem. So that's the beauty of making sure that all the denominators are the same. So what do you do now? The problem that you have now is just what you have on the top, okay? So you have 4x plus 9x equal to 24. All right, and then you combine like terms and you solve that very basic problem. So again, all these problems are this easy, but you have to know what to do. Okay, so you have 13x equal to 24, x equal to 24 divided by 13. That's an ugly number, so I'm just going to go ahead and check the book, and that is the answer that they have for you. All right, so this is example 2 re-explained in a different way. Hopefully you find this easier than what the book has. So I'm going to apply this to one of your homework problems, which is problem number 21. Okay, so in the problem 21, you have 4 fractions. So remember, the key is to make all the denominators the same. So first of all, find all the denominators and break it down as much as you can, okay? All right, so it's a 1. So again, you know that 4 is 2 times 2, okay? So you need 2 2's for each denominator, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. This needs a 2 also on the top. This needs a 2 also on the top. This needs a 2 also on the top, all right? And then now if I look, the first fraction has 2 2's. The second has 2 2. The third one has only 1 2, so I need one more 2. So I'm going to go ahead and add one more 2 here, and also on the top, and the third one is good. All right, so now I can go ahead and cancel this, cancel that one, cancel this one, and cancel all the denominators because they are all 4's, okay? And now I'm going to concentrate on the top. I have 5x plus 2 equal to 4x minus 2. Again, you have a nice equation that you can solve down. Okay, so minus 4x on both sides. Again, you can do mental math at this point. It doesn't matter, as long as you know what you're doing. I don't care if you show every step, but you have to show enough. Like, for example, this is a must, okay? So now you have x plus 2 equal to, oh yeah, and of course the vertical line. That helps you organize your work. And then you have a 2 here. And then if you minus a 2 from both sides, again, you can do mental math at this point. I don't care if you do it or not, or show that step. But again, this is a must, okay? So this is going to give you a negative 4. Please, please, please check the back of the answer. I don't know about you, but I always check the answers in the back, okay? So problem 21, we are looking at number 21, and the answer is negative 4. So that checks. And when you do the problems, I'm modeling for you what you should be doing. So you should check all of those, okay? Okay, so that's number 21. Let's go and do the next problem. Oops. The next problem is problem number, let's see. I want to move this. Oops, what did I do here? Come on. All right, I think I'm just going to cut it. All right, let's go. Let's go. I think I've just put in this one here. Okay, so I did not want that one. Let's delete that. Let me go ahead and let's do 23 first. Come on, copy. Okay. Yay! All right. So now let's do number 23. So 23, again, a lot of fractions here, okay? But again, I'm going to show you again a neat way of doing the problem. The problem just looked hard. It's not, okay? All right, so see what I'm going to do, okay? 3 over 2 times z plus 5. I am going to go ahead and just say that this is all over 2. And the 3 is right there, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing here. This is all over 4, and this is just 1, all right? And of course, this is just 0 over 1, all right? Okay, so now you know what the denominators are, and so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the same denominators, okay? So it looks like you need a 4. So you need to multiply this by a 2, multiply this by a 2, multiply this by a 2, and another 2, a 2, another 2, although it doesn't matter because it's 0. Okay, so here now we have a 6 times z plus 5 minus, be careful here, okay? Z plus, there's a 1 here, 24 equal to 0, okay? And now, again, these canceled out, okay? All right, so now we're going to distribute and we're going to do the problem. But you know what, before I'll just leave it like this. Okay, so distribute, okay? 6z, not x, plus 30 minus z minus 24 equal to 0. Z and z, there's a negative, so 5z. Okay. And I'm looking at 6 equal to 0. Moving the 6 over. And dividing by 5. Again, ugly answer. Check the back of the book, number 23. Again, I'm modeling for you what you should be doing when you do these problems by yourself or with a partner, and it looks good. So unless you've checked the back of the book, do not box your answer or circle your answer, because you want to make, there's so many room for mistakes when you do these problems. You will see as we go on, and you want to make sure that you check every single answer, okay? All right, let's apply this to a more difficult algebraic problem like number 41. Let me go ahead and cut and paste this to a different sheet. Come on, work with me. I don't know what's wrong here. Oh, please. Don't. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, so that's number 41. Okay, so this is where you have to really pay attention, and this is where you really need to make sure that you work with someone so you can check each other's work, because there's so much that you have to do here. The first thing you want to do is anytime you work with these kind of problems, if you have two term inside, in any of these fractional problems, use a parentheses. Okay, a pair of parentheses will be your best friend. All right. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to factor the denominators as much as you can. You remember that 40 we broke down? 2 times 2. Now you have to look at all of these expressions, and you want to factor them as much as you can. So x minus 3 is good. X plus 3 is good. There's nothing you can do to them. But what about the x squared minus 9? Okay, so if you did your review packet, you remember that that's called difference of squares. So we need to quickly factor that, and this is where factorization can help you do these problems very fast or very slow if you don't know your factorization. Okay, so if you're weak in your factorization, you want to review that, and you want to make sure you become very good at it, because that's how it's going to speed up when you do these problems. Okay, so x squared minus 9, we know that that's really x minus 3 times x plus 3, okay? Difference of squares. All right, so you know that now for every denominator, you need an x minus 3 times an x plus 3, all right? So I am going to write this just like that for you. Okay, that's 1, that's 1. This one here, you have an x minus 3. This one here, you have an x plus 3. And this one here, you have both. All right. Notice I always change colors. It makes it so much easier for you to see, okay, hopefully. All right, so the first one, what's missing? X plus 3. Same thing here, x plus 3. Okay, second fraction, we need an x minus 3. Here we need an x minus 3. Okay, and the third one is good. All right, so now we can go ahead and forget about the denominators because they're all the same, and we are just going to focus on the numerators. So the first one, x plus 3, plus the second one, x minus 3, and the third one, a 10. So your problem becomes super easy when you do this now. These two cancel each other out. So you're looking at 2x equal to 10. Dividing by 2, you get x equal to 5. Pretty easy, but again, check the back of your book. And the answer to number 41 should be a 5. We are good. All right, so hopefully this helps you with your problems. You can send me individual problems if you have questions for period 8, or if you have Mr. Karimi, go ahead and send him some questions if you have questions. All right, bye.